Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper and Twine. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to day 16 of Christmas in July. Today I'm going to do another requested video. You have asked me to make a card that will allow you to gift something like a hot chocolate sachet or something like that. So I've been and bought, I used to drink these a lot, I've not had one for a long time, these Nescafe double choc mochas. Other brands are available. So this is what it looks like in the pack, and we're going to make a card that has a little pocket in it, well actually quite a big pocket in it, where you can put this, you can put anything else, you can put a gift card. You will see as we go along. So I haven't made a prototype for this, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that we do okay. I'm hoping that this is going to be a clean and simple-ish card, and I am quite excited to be using a new to me product today, which I'll share with you in a minute. You may notice, if you are eagle-eyed, that I have got stained fingers, and that is because I went to paper crafting on Monday and we used this product and I've got some of it off, but my fingernail is stained. It looks like I've got some kind of disease, but I promise you I haven't. Anyway, let me tell you what you need for this card. So we're essentially making a 5x7 card. I've cut some pieces already. I've cut this to 10.5 by 7, and you're going to score at 5 and 5.5 to give you this spine. And then for your pocket piece, you need a piece that is a smidge under 7 inches by, well, this is supposed to be 4 inches. Is this the one that I've cut? Yeah, 7 inches by 4 inches, thereabouts. And what you're going to do with this piece, let me just bring in my scoreboard. Thank you so much for your positive comments on this series, by the way. And if you're watching for the first time, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Anyway, what we are going to do, we are going to score at 1/2 and 1 on the short side. We're going to score at 1/2 and 1 on the long side, and then 1/2 and 1 on the remaining short side, because obviously the top is going to be a pocket. And then we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines, and we're going to cut away some little bits. So if you are new to this channel, and I have got a flurry of new subscribers, thank you so much. And of course I do value all of you returning viewers. And Lane, give you a shout out. You watch most of my videos, if not all of them actually. And Karen Baronius, who's over in Sweden. I did have somebody watch from Australia the other day who said that they were in the middle of their winter and it's quite cold. We're having not very British summer weather today. Anyway, here you're going to cut up these 2 score lines here, these vertical score lines, until you get to this horizontal one. I find it easy to turn my paper over and repeat, like so. And then we're going to cut away the 3 little outside corners. There's 2 of them gone. There's this one gone. And we're going to notch. If you can do this neater than I'm doing, you will get a better finish in your card. Yes, so as I say, if you're new to me, do let me know where you're coming from. What kind of crafting do you like to do? What paper crafts do you enjoy? Are there any special mediums that you like working with? I'd love to know more about you. Cut that one away. Boop. And I'm sorry that the light isn't particularly good. Yes, we're having rain here for the first time in a long time. I think the gardens need it though, don't they even? Very tired. And I think even though we're having this rain today, I think a lot of areas of the country are going to go into hosepipe ban. Now what you want to do is line that up like that and glue it. I'm just going to get some red liner tape. So I'm actually going to use red liner tape, I think, because I want that quick grab. Shall I use this thick one? Let me see. Sorry for the rustling. think that one's too thick for my needs, so I'm going to use this one. Yeah, so those of you that have got children, it's almost the summer holidays for state schools in the UK. Have you got anything nice planned? Are you going away? Are you holidaying in the UK, or are you lucky enough to be going abroad? We haven't got anything planned going abroad wise, but we are going to Wales for a few days while I go and do my Lavinia workshop, which, as I've said before, I'm very excited about. So yes, I'm going to do that like that. And then we're going to want to put some tape here. Now, yes, let me just do these little bits first. Or shall I put tape on? This is where I'm pithering. I need tape on these outside sections here. I have got a wider tape than this, I think. Is that the same as that? Yes, that's too wide. I'm going to have to just stick with this, I think. I don't like using plastic or red liner tape because of the plastic, but sometimes needs must, and this will ensure that the pocket stays in place. Do keep your suggestions coming. I'm not very good at origami, contrary to people's opinions, so origami might not be the way to go for me. I think it was Karen who said, can you do was it a Moravian star? Probably not. I am hoping to do my paper gift bag tomorrow, giving you a heads up. I've got something quite exciting coming at the weekend, which I hope will work. Yeah, so I'm just gradually planning. And I do have another idea for something that you can make that would be a lovely gift. When I've got more time and I'm broken up next week, I'm going to work on a prototype and see if I can get that done. I am quite enjoying this series, and I am trying to use what I've got in my stash. But Jackie from Paper Crafting, if you happen to be watching, you know that I've been a naughty little bunny, and I spent some money at Paper Crafting last night. Yes, I bought some Christmas things, which I couldn't resist. Some studio-like things. I did buy a couple of stencils that were in Hazel's sale. She's got quite a good sale on at the moment, actually, and she does have an online shop. So if you're in the market for some crafting supplies, go and check her shop out. I'll leave it in the description box. Right, so I am going to take the backing off this corner tab here, and I'm going to really carefully line that up. Sorry, I'm a little bit close. And then I'm going to line this one up here. The neater you do this, or the more care you take over joining your little bits up, the better the end result will be. This is one reason I don't like red liner tape, because it sticks to you, those little red bits. Look, I've got it there now. Try and ignore it and bring that over like so. Ta-da! You can see where we're going with this. Now, you've got options here. I could have mitered this, and in fact, I think I might do that. Yes, I think I'm going to miter here. Just a little snitch, like so, and a little snitch, like so. Do you know, I've had these Tim Holtz scissors for many years, and they come with like a little white plastic protector bit, so because they are quite sharp at the edge, and all these years I've managed to keep it, and I've lost them. Right, this is what I hate now, is taking off the backing. So we are going to try and do this very carefully. I need my poker tool, and I just knocked you. I am sorry. So keep those comments coming, guys. Do keep those suggestions coming. And just remember that I'm going to be giving details of how you can win some of the things that I am making in this series. You need to be subscribed to me. You need to have commented on 5 videos. And if you do YouTube content, if you can do me a VR, that would be really, really helpful. But Yes. Oh, look, the sun's coming out now. This weather is so changeable. But it is lovely, isn't it, to have a little bit of a cooler temperature. Come on, off you come. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, yeah, got it. And nearly got this one. This is why I don't like using these tapes, and I don't use them very often, and I'm very cat-handed in making a real pig's ear of this. But guys, in a few minutes, we're going to do the fun bit. We're going to get arty. Oh, come on. Sorry about fiddling over this. I had it then. There we go. So I'm going to bring this one in and bring that over. So that's quite nice. And then I'm going to struggle now to take this tape off. Ooh, without destroying the card, if I possibly can. There's that bit. And here's this bit. Thank you for being patient with me. I bet all of you have turned off now. It's very interesting. On your YouTube studio, if you make content, you can see your channel analytics and you can see where people have stopped watching you and how much percentage of your video people have watched. And I have to say, I know that people don't watch a lot of my videos. I don't blame them. I wouldn't. You've got more important things to do. But yeah, some of these videos in this series have had really good views for me. I know they're nothing like people who are proper crafters, you know, but if I can share a little bit of knowledge, that is all I can do. So you can see we've got a very sticky pocket here. Now it's up to you whether you want this to go on this side or this side. I personally think I'm going to have it on this side because it's less weight for this to hang open, if that makes sense. So remember, this is essentially a 5x7 card and we've got a spine. And what I'm going to try and do really carefully is line up this. This is why glue is my friend. It is a little bit difficult. Come on, come on, come on, Mrs. Thompson, you can do this. There we go. And you see that by cutting this to just under 7, it allows that to close. And you've got like a little book. And let's just check that our little sachet goes in. Yes, it does. You could even put a packet of seeds in there. You could put whatever. You can see that's quite roomy. You would have to make a box for this to go in, and rather than an envelope, obviously. But I'm sure you all know how to make boxes. Now, let's take these out and we're going to think about how we're going to decorate. So, I have got for my focal point of my card a piece of white super smooth card that measures 5.5 by 3.5, and I have got lots of matte layers. I've got one in black that measures 6 1/8 by, I think that is 4 1/8. This piece is 4 by 6, so that goes on there like that. This is 3.5 by 5.5, and that's going to layer up like that. So we've got a little bit more of the holographic. This is left over from when I did the table display card the other day, so I'm using that. And then this is obviously going to be our focal image with a little tiny border round. So we will get matting and layering those. I'll do it now actually. I'm going to bring in my collal if I can find my collal. I don't know where my collal is, so I won't be using my collal. I hope I didn't leave it at crafting last night. It might be my little Percy pig. So yes, and then I'm going to show you these products that I have bought. I'm going to use, I was very good. I was very good, Jackie, if you're watching. Give me a thumbs up if you are, my lovely. In the comments, give me a thumbs up. There are 12 colours in this product range that I have just purchased, and I was very good and I only bought 6 of them. We made 2 cards. I don't know if to show you them or not. No, I'm not going to show you them because they're not Christmassy. So we've got that down. I'm just going to glue this one, and then all we've got to do then is, after we've decorated this, put, what do you call it? I can't get my words out. I'm filming this on Tuesday evening as I've got in from a long day at work, and I've walked 7 miles on a geography field trip today. 7 miles, guys. Right, so this has got a bigger border, if you remember, and I think that just changes things up a little bit. So remember that when you're matting and layering, you don't have to have like a 1/4 of an inch all the way around. You don't have to have an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. You can do whatever you like. Look at the sun now. I'm sorry, sun, I'm just going to bosh you out a bit because the viewers are being blinded. Right, so we can put this on our card now. And I sometimes do kind of set up towards the top, but I think I am going to centre this equally all the way round. I'm holding off, guys. I'm holding off on the exciting bit, trying to keep you engaged and watching until the end. If you're still here, leave me a Christmas tree emoji in the comments if you're still here. I'm a bit hyper today. I don't know why. There we go. Let's just bob you on there. Try and get it centred. There we go. That will do for that. Can open it up and just smooth that way. There we go. It's not entirely adhered there. There we go. She says it's still not adhered, never mind. Oh, I do love a bit of holographic, don't you? And some of you, when I did the table display card, said exactly the same. Excuse me while I have a slurp of tea. Oh, right. Now, we need a piece for our focal image, which is, as I said, 5.5 by, I think it's 3.5. Yes. And I'm going to bring in a big acrylic block, my biggest acrylic block. Now, I don't know how this is going to work because I've never done this with this. Last night we used these. Let me tell you what they're called. Move this here. Bring them in here. These are called Enchanted Sparkles. And they're by Jamie Rogers. I've got Christmas Green, Circuit Breaker, Orchid, Cherry Pop, Golden Yellow, and Stormy Skies. I thought I'd got Spring Green, but no, I haven't, obviously. So, for this card today, I thought I want something a bit opulent, and we've used greens and trees already. I want something a bit opulent. I'm going to use these 2 colours. I'm going to use Stormy Sky and I'm going to use Orchid. So these are Enchanted Sparkles by Jamie Rogers. I think the recommended retail price is £5.49, which does make them more expensive than Cosmic Shimmers, but obviously I don't know whether you can still get Cosmic Shimmers at the moment. But what you do need to know about these is they will probably last you a lifetime. I have some Cosmic Shimmers that I've had for probably a good decade and they're nowhere near empty. So, yes, I think if you like this kind of thing, they will last you a long time. Now, the way that we used these last night was putting them on a silicone mat, spraying water on the silicone mat, sprinkling some in and then stirring it to mix it and then dipping the card in. Now, I don't like to dip the card in because I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to see if I can do my speckles technique that I like. And I want to try and create a nighttime sky. So I'm just going to tap some out. Can you see that there? That's the orchid. And we might have to repeat this. This is the Stormy Sky. Now, I like these, what I've seen of them so far. I think they're a combination of Brushos and Cosmic Shimmer. They've got more intensity of colour, I think, than Cosmic Shimmer. Let's give a spray and see what we get. Ooh. And like the Pixie powders, they do have different coloured pigments, and you can see we've got depth of colour there with a bit of like teal blue. We've got a bit more of a midnight blue. Where the colours have mixed, you're going to get different colours happening. So I'm going to just go boop, 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 boop. I'm going to bring in, of course I haven't got any handy. Oh, yes I have. I'm going to bring in some kitchen paper and blot. Oh, quite like that. Quite like that. Can you see how they are really, really intense? Really intense. I think very different from the Cosmic Shimmer. You can see how you get the flatness of a Brusho. I'm going to add a bit more water to this block. And you can paint with them just like you can any pigment powder. Just going to drip you off there and have a bit more. Boop. Oh, yes. But look how my fingers are stained already. I've got another bit of card here that I'm going to use to matte and layer my pocket. So let's bring you in. This is bigger than I need. And we'll do a bit of boop, a bit of boop, a bit of boop. Nice, nice. Now, actually, do you know, I think I might prefer this for the front of my card and use this one. I'll cut it down for the pocket. I think I've got enough to do that. Yes, I have. Look, nice. Bit of dark blue there. You see, I'd much rather do this. Let me just show you actually what I did make last night. One of them anyway. So this was the dipping into the paper, dipping the paper into the thing. And I didn't like that I got colour where I couldn't control it, if that makes sense. And we used the colours as paints on these flowers. These are die cuts by Jamie Rogers, I think. No, John Next Door. They're John Next Door. And this is the other one that we did last night. I think I prefer this one. And this is where we dipped a stencil into the colour on a silicone mat and then turned it over onto the card to get that. That's a really nice technique. I like that. But yes, they are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Intense. Let's just dry that off. I'm going to clear up and wash my hands and come back in a minute. Now that this is dry, I've actually decided that I do want this on the front. I love the little speckles here. And these are behaving like Cosmic Shimmers in that, you know, you've got little bits of colour. See the little tiny bit of green there. And I love how you've got a little bit of orchid going through to, you know, dark purple to like cerise pink. And I'm going to have this as the top of my card, I think. It kind of reminds me of Aurora Borealis, kind of. So that is going to be my focal image. And then for the pocket inside, you need a black piece that is 4 3/4 by 2 7/8. And then I've cut this just slightly smaller to matte and layer. So I think that is 2 3/4 by 4 5/8. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping now, and I've got various stamps from Hazel Eaton. Let me bring this in here. This is her Christmas release with Julie Hickey last year, I think it was. And I thought, I love these kind of abstract doodly trees. So I'm going to use some of those. I've got a couple of inks here from Studio Light that are similar colours to what we've got in our sprinkles. I'm just going to tear myself a bit of a hill. So that's going to be for a little bit of blending in a bit. And I do need some brushes. I'm going to use these little tiny ones actually that I've had for a while and not used before. Let's try a blue one. I've got blue and purple. We'll come to those in a minute. You can see I've used blue already. And because I don't want to mess up, because that would just be awful, I am going to bring in my stamp platform. Oh, I forgot to get sticky grid last night. Never mind, I also forgot to get white card, Jackie, if you're still watching. So I will be making another visit to Dragon's Papercraft, perhaps tomorrow or today it'll be, as you're seeing this. Right, so I'm popping that in there. And I like this big stag. But where are my trees? Where are my doodly trees? So I'm going to have, I think, 2 lots of trees going on. So I think we'll start in the top and work down. So I think I want you like that. Like so. Oh no, what I want to do first, actually, I've got this Season's Greetings stamp. And I'm just going to bring in my scratch paper. I thought it'd be cool just to do a little bit of background stamping. But I don't want the bright purple. You can see I've experimented already. I want second generation. So I'm going to stamp. And it is just background. So I don't care if I miss a bit. And just do second generation. Just for a little bit of texture going on in the background. There. And you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, lid on you. Oh, come on. Did I take that tree off? What have I done with it? Yes, I did take the tree off. Oh, it's stained. Right, let's have you like that. And then we've got this one. I am going to do in black because I want it quite bold. So I'm going to stamp those first, then I might do the big one and the little one. I think what I'll do is I'll just put this now on a little bit of fast forward because you're bored, aren't you? So let's bring these back in. I struggled a little bit, as you saw. I think it's either because the stamps are new, I've not used them before, or there's too much mica. Can you see the shimmer on there? Now this is a little bit busy, but I was just got a bit carried away. Just going to rip that little bit off there. And I want to bring this little pad in, a little bit of brush. And let's do that. See, these blend really well with the Doobie Firkins, don't they? So I'm just going to do a little bit of grounding here. Just a little bit of grounding. And you don't have to use these Studio Light inks. You could use whatever inks you've got. A little bit of grounding here, just going the other way. So I'm making a hill here. making a little hill here. Actually turn that way around. Load this up a bit more. I could have done with a bigger brush, but never mind. I'm tired, guys. No excuses, Ashley. There we go, a bit more here. So there's those stags in the forest, and let's just ground these trees a little bit up here. Should have got my Hills mask out, shouldn't I? That's quite nice. So I'm just doing these little hills here. So it looks like it's a really big hill going up there in the sky like that. There we go. I'm going to leave that at that because less is more. Now we need a little bit of grounding for these guys here. And then we're going to mat and layer, and that's going to be done. You're going to say, thank God for that. I mean, you could add more in terms of some embellishments and bling. And I might do that off camera and show you. Right. Let's get gluage going on, guys. Gluage. I've been that long that my little, my little ring light that's USB charged has run out. It's a mystery where my Cosmic Shimmer, no, not Cosmic Shimmer, Collal glue has gone. I would have liked to use that to give me wiggle room. Come on, glue, out you come. When this glue behaves, it's really good, and when it doesn't, it's really bad. Which is why I didn't like it at first, but I did like it. I don't know why you're misbehaving. Don't misbehave. Can't be doing with misbehaving. Right, let's make sure we get this on the right way. What colour combination would you do with these? Got a very, very, very thin border going on there. Whoever gets this as a prize, I do apologise that it's not particularly well made. Let's get you on here. I am trying to get videos done ahead to bank because, you know, I've got another channel, One Stitch After Another. I've not put anything on there recently apart from Yarn Bombing Diary. And I was doing really well on there, but I've lost about 40 subscribers because I don't upload regularly on there. Yes, it is what it is. You can only do what you can do, can't you? Hey? And I'm mad thinking I'm going to be able to cope with the third channel. I think I will, because I think I'm going to have like regular upload days for each channel. So I think I'm going to commit to doing one podcast a fortnight on my knitting channel, one paper crafting video a week, and one vlog chatty video a week on my new channel. And if I do more, I do more. But I think committing, you know, if your audience know that you're going to do this, that and the other, then that's okay, isn't it? I prefer this to what I've got on the front. I've got a little bit more of a gap at the bottom, but, you know, in terms of matting and layering, but I think that's okay. Right, I'm going to tidy up, wash my hands again because they're filthy, and I'll come back and show you the finished card. So bear with. I'll just remind you before I show you the finished object that we've used these Enchanted Sparkles from Jamie Rogers, Stormy Skies and Orchid, but to use whatever mica powders you've got in your stash. You could use Lindy's Magicals, you could use mica sprays, spray stains, whatever you've got really to get the effect that I have managed to achieve. And then we've used these stamps from Hazel Eaton. I've used various ones from various sets. You don't need these. I'm sure that you've all got Christmas trees in your stash, and I'm sure that you've all got stags. And if you haven't, you could use images that you've printed off the internet, or fussy cut things from pattern paper that you've got, or just other images that you like the look of. I'm here just to provide inspiration really, and show you how to do basic things. So this is essentially a 5x7 card. In the end, I decided not to add any other embellishments. Look at the sun now. I'm sorry, sun, I'm just going to block you out again a minute, because we don't want to blind the lovely viewers. Oh, look at that holographic card, sparkling. And I've just gone with a Tim Clippings Holt, the beauty of the winter sky. A Tim Clippings Holt. I mean a Tim Holtz clipping. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. It's a bit messy. It's a bit busy. It is kind of me. It is kind of my style. I'm loving the colours, and I'm loving how the Studio Light inks in particular do match with the Enchanted Sparkles. And then we've got this inside. I really like this. This is very much me. And you could even fit 2 of those in there. There we go. That is your little card with a pocket inside. Do comment, let me know what you think, and keep those suggestions for what you'd like to see coming. So where are we? Day 16. We've only got 15 days left, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm very grateful. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow.